This video is brought to you by
Cool green clothing coming straight up out of that DMV. You know what it is. This that Baltimore designer right here. Come on now, come and show some love and show some support. Go online right now, coolgreenclothing.com, and make your purchase. Oh yeah, by the way, if you ain't cool and getting the green, you're in the way, and that's just basic.
What's going on, YouTube, fam? It's your boy Tony 2 times, and we back with another episode of the Baltimore Way, man. Before I start, be sure to tap that like button. Definitely watch this video to the end to hear the full story and all the details in the case. For the day one, fam, y'all already know it's all love. Thanks for tuning back into another episode. If you're new to the channel and you feeling the content, feel free to subscribe. Definitely hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video. Let's get right into the story. Sometimes people are lucky enough to get a second chance at life. You could get diagnosed with a life-threatening illness, fight hard to pull through and beat it. Or you could have been an individual living a street life, been shot, barely made it, or beat some serious charges, carrying a lot of time. That's just a few examples of how blessings can come, because every day above ground or free to do what you want to do is a good day. You would think after coming from underneath certain circumstances and getting that second chance, that would make a person see things for what they really are, shake back and try to live a better life. But that's not always the case. When you wake up and make certain decisions, we usually think to ourselves, I hope everything goes good. I'm doing the right things and today is a good day. But there's also a flip side to that. While some choose to be productive and positive, you have others that go outside looking for trouble or things to get into, not caring about who they hurt or fearing the consequences, especially if they already beat the system in some kind of way. It makes people feel untouchable, and instead of being grateful they made it out, they use that as ammunition to go even harder. But in life, we all should know, there's only so many chances we get until things get crazy. And on this episode of the Baltimore Way, we'll take it all the way back to 2011 to discuss a case of how a man turned a second chance at life to 55 years in prison. In 2011, Clinton Bradley was 24 years old and had just been released from prison on a second-degree hit charge he caught in 2002. Clinton was sentenced to 20 years, but would catch a break getting an early release on June 28, 2010, after serving a little over 7 years. He had stipulations and was on parole and probation, but the fact of the matter, he was now back uptown and in a free world. Trying to get back on his feet while navigating the Baltimore streets, he would slip up and catch a new charge for possession of a narcotic. But Clinton would be released before his PO got any information on his new case. Now back in the streets, he realized he had to stay low because a warrant was soon put out for a violation of parole. In another part of town was an 18-year-old young man named Brandon Jackson. A senior at Parkville High School, Brandon loved to rap, make music, crack jokes, and was crazy about his family and friends. Known to keep family first, having all 7 of his tattoos been his mother, grandmother, and siblings. The playful young man was always in good spirits and upbeat about life and his future, having big dreams since he was about to graduate high school in a few more months. Brandon was considering either continuing his education to be able to start his own business or joining the military. Nicknamed Dolo, Brandon kept all his friends and classmates at school smiling and always was the one who reminded people when they were going through something, it'll be okay. On February 20th, 2011, Brandon was outside with a few friends when they decided to bop to the gas station for some snacks. It was on a late night tip. The young men were on McLean Boulevard, not too far from Dutch Village. As they entered the Exxon, there were some other individuals inside as well. Not too long after, for whatever reason, words were exchanged, and seconds later, shots went off, causing commotion inside the store. Witnesses quickly called police. When they responded, they found the young man suffering from a gunshot wound to the head. He was rushed to a local hospital but unfortunately, he wouldn't survive his injuries. He was later identified as 18-year-old Brandon Jackson. Witnesses told police a man approached Brandon and his friends, upped the gun, started shooting before running towards Dutch Village. Brandon's family and friends were devastated. His grandmother spoke to the news about how bright the young man was and how much he loved his family and looked forward to adulthood and his up-and-coming graduation. A lot of love poured in to the family and from Brandon's classmates at Parkville, in which they dedicated a Facebook page in the young man's honor. But police had no suspects in the case, just an argument that turned to a shooting. As the tips came in from people in the community, police got a hit on a suspect, Clinton Bradley. A search of his name revealed he had a parole violation from a previous drug charge in October and had been on the run. This caused outrage as people got information Clinton had just been released for murder after only serving 7 years. Even after getting a parole violation, he wasn't in custody. After his picture was released on the news, Clinton was quickly tracked down and arrested on Harford Road, charged with first-degree hit and weapon violations. Brandon's family was relieved, but felt robbed how a young man who didn't bother nobody and wanted the best for people lost his life in a violent way. As the case made its way to trial, it was pointed out by prosecutors Clinton had multiple chances to get on the right track, a break in his first hit charge, even being released on his recent arrest in October for the drugs. But now, at 26, he was painted as a career criminal and a man who couldn't learn from his past mistakes. In the end, he was found guilty and sentenced to 55 years in prison. Rest in peace to Brandon. I send my deepest prayers and condolences to his family. This is the prime example how some of us take life for granted, no matter how many chances we get to get it right. And others like Brandon didn't even have his second chance, life gone over an argument at a gas station. Unfortunately, that's usually how it goes. When somebody with nothing to lose crosses paths with somebody with everything to lose. You would think if you catch a body and only get 20 years, all suspended but 10, that's enough to say, yeah, when I go home, it's a wrap. I'm washed up. I'm gonna go get a job and chill. But when we take our blessings for granted, it's nobody's fault. At the end, you have two men whose lives are gone because one chose to bop to the store and the other chose to take his second chance at life, throw it away while taking somebody else's. But hey, that's the Baltimore way. Man, crazy story. Rest in peace to Brandon. I definitely send my prayers to his family. I ain't gonna talk too much more about this one. Let me know what y'all think about the situation in the comments. Definitely be respectful. I appreciate you if you made it to the end. Y'all already know it's all love, fam. It's another episode of the Baltimore Way. It's your boy Tony 2 times.